Wrong song. My daddy left home when I was 3 and he didn't leave much for Ma and me. Just his old guitar and empty bottle of booze. Now I don't blame him because he run in head, but the meanest thing that he ever did before he left, he went and named me Sue. He must have thought that it was quite a joke and he got a lot of laughs from lots of folks. Seems I had to fight my whole life through. Some gal would giggle and I'd get red, and some guy'd laugh and I'd bust his head. I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fists got hard, my wits got keen. Grew from town to town to hide my shame. But I made me a vow to the moon and stars that I'd search the honky-tonks and bars to kill that man that gave me that awful name. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I just hit town and my throat was dry. Thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. At an old saloon in the street of mud, there at a table dealing studs, sat the dirty mangy dog that named me Sue. Well, I knew that snake was my old sweet dad from a worn-out picture that my mother had. Knew that scar on his cheek and his evil eye. Well, he grew up thin, gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name is Sue. How do you do? Now you gonna die." That's what I told him. Well, I hit him hard right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, he cut off the knife and cut off a piece of my ear. But I busted a chair right across his teeth and gouged him falling into the street, kicking and gouging and mud and the blood and the bear. I tell you, I'd fought tougher men, but I can't remember when. He kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. Well, I heard him laugh and I heard him cuss, and I went for my gun. He drew his first, and he stood there and looked at me, and he saw him smile. He said, "Son, and if this man's gonna make it, then he's gotta be tough. I knew I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I gave you that name and I said goodbye, and I knew you'd have to get tough or die. And this is the name that helped to make you strong." And he said, "Now you fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me, but I got the right to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before you die for the gravel in the gut and the spit in your eye, because I'm the son of a bitch that named you Sue." What could I do? I got all choked up and I threw down my gun and called him a pa, and he called me a son. And I came home with a different point of view. And I think about him every now and then when I try and every time I win. And if I ever have a none, I think I'm gonna name him Bill or George, any damn thing but Sue.
Jared.